Hello fam, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for clicking on the link to watch this video. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. If today is your first time watching my video, don't forget to click on the subscription button to subscribe to this channel. So once again, I'm Barakisi Saka. I'm a first year PhD student at Michigan State University, studying information and media, and I'm back with all your tips for grad school. So today's video is just going to be short and straightforward. So this video is for people who have already received admission without funding and those who have received admission with funding. So today's video, I just want to talk about trying to avoid costs or just avoiding having to pay extra just to get your I-20. So why am I saying this? This because from my experiences with friends and also my personal experiences, I realized that sometimes we end up having to order for different I-20s or more than one I-20. And these are some of the reasons why you end up doing that. So one is you get admission without funding. So if you've received admission without funding or with funding, you realize that international office would send you an email and ask you to fill a financial form or a financial support form. Most schools have different names for it, but it's basically you having to fill a form and indicating where your financial support will be coming from, and also uploading a bank statement. Yes. So now with the I-20, if you receive admission without funding, I would advise that you shouldn't order for your I-20 now, or don't ask the school to ship your I-20, and don't even fill the forms. There's no deadline to fill in this form. The only thing it does is when you fill it early, you get it early and you can go ahead and process for your visa. But I also know you wouldn't want to go to the embassy without funding. So if you've received admission and you've not received your funding letter, do not fill the I-20 or don't let them start processing your I-20. Wait till you get your funding letter, and then with that your I-20 would include details about your funding letter. Or with that, if you are filling the forms or your I-20, you indicate that you received funding from your department, and that would be stated on your I-20. However, if you did not get funding and you go ahead and fill the forms, you would have to indicate where your support will be coming from. And with that, you have to indicate if it's from your family, etc. So once you do that, they'll process it for you, right? But after you do that, if you get funding and they have to produce a different I-20 for you, just imagine that you had to pay, and paying for the I-20 to be shipped to you is really expensive. So if you do that and they ship the first one for you without the funding details from the school, and you get a different one and they have to ship it back for you, that's paying like twice. So try to avoid that. If you don't have funding yet, don't start processing your I-20 or don't start filling any forms for the I-20. Now the second thing you can do is to request for the electronic version. So there's a rule in the US, and I think they should apply to most schools in the US. Now they allow the electronic form for the I-20, so the schools will just have to put their electronic signature on the forms, and then they can just email that to you for you to print it out and add your email. So if your school is not giving you that option to request for the electronic form, please tell them. And you can find that information online where the US has stated, or the policy has stated, that schools can now issue electronic forms. So with that, you can rather just request for the electronic form, which I think would be more cost effective. So with the electronic form, then you can decide to order for two, or just do it even without the funding details. And when you get the funding, you can order for another electronic process. Also, one important thing about the I-20 is, I know usually when we receive our I-20, we are so happy and excited that okay, we are getting there, and we don't check important things on our I-20. So for instance, you receive funding from the school and you get your I-20, you should check and make sure that they indicated it, that the funding you are receiving is from the school, and they indicated that amount. So there was this instance where a friend received this I-20, and the funding from the school. Instead of they writing that funding was from the school, they rather indicated that that's his personal funds or funding from his family. And that affected him when he went to the embassy for his visa. And this just because he was so excited, he forgot to like cross-check, and he did not cross-check, and he had to request again for another I-20, which delayed his visa process. So if you receive your I-20, please check all the information, make sure your name is correct, make sure your address is correct, make sure your program is correct, make sure if it's masters, make sure it's masters that's stated there. And also make sure that the funding side, especially, they've indicated that it's from the school. If it's from your family, make sure they've indicated that, and make sure they indicate the exact amount from the school, so that you don't have to like request for it, get it, start your process, and then you get to the final stage and you have to request for a new one again and start the process all over. So as I said, this is just a short video, is to just give you some tips to avoid having to like pay extra for your I-20, and just to make sure that everything you have on your I-20 is correct and you don't have to like start the process all over again. So thank you all for watching this video. I'll be doing more videos on the process after admission and funding. So my next video will touch on the service fee, and I'll also talk more about what you should do after you receive admission and funding, and I'll also do a video on the visa interview. So thank you once again. If you find this video to be very informative, don't forget to put it on the comment section, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn the notification on, so that if I upload a new video, you'll be able to get a notification about that. So thank you all once again, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.